So how many of y'all watched the Super Bowl? Everyone who knows me knows that I didn't watch and haven't watched since Colin Kaepernick's foolishness. But apparently there is a controversy now surrounding the so-called black national anthem, and nobody's standing while that was being performed. Now, the same people who are crowing about nobody standing during the black national anthem, those same people would not shut up about the First Amendment rights, the freedom of speech of the people who knelt during the actual national anthem. The hypocrisy of these people knows no bounds.
If you were watching the Super Bowl, you probably saw that before the game, they performed the Black National Anthem once again. In all honesty, I'm just confused as to why they do this. The NFL themselves say that the Christian hymn, Lift Every Voice and Sing, is about the struggle for freedom and equality. Correct. It has encouraged generations of black people that God will lead us to the promises of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But here's the kicker. It's as pertinent in today's environment as it was when it was first written. Meaning that the NFL believes that if a black time traveler from the year 1900 traveled all the way to the year 2024, they would not be able to see a speck of difference when it comes to race relations within our country.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise, back at it again. All right. Today, we're checking out an article from the New York Post, but I really had to get into this conversation. I wanted to react to everything that's been going on. I am not going to lie to you guys. I did not watch the Super Bowl. I did not watch 1 minute, one play, one down of this past year's Super Bowl. I just could not get over the AFC Championship game loss. I just couldn't get over it, and I could not get into the coverage. I just couldn't, and it didn't have anything to do with, all the wokey woke stuff that was going on all throughout the week that I heard about, because I didn't watch it. I just had no interest in the NFL. I was done. My football season was over with 2 weeks ago, just being honest. But I did want to get into this. I know there's been an uproar. The song by James Weldon Johnson, which initially was a poem written by James Weldon Johnson in the late 1800s, Lift Every Voice and Sing. It's been sang at Super Bowls now, in major sporting events now for a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't tell you the first time, it happened, but I know it's something that's been prevalent over the last few years. And a lot of people are upset about it. You have some people, obviously I'm assuming you're liberals, people on the left that are championing the NFL doing this. And you have people on the right that are, I don't know if they're on the right, but you have people that are offended by the song. And honestly, I don't think they are actually offended by the song. I think they're offended by the notion that this song is the Black national anthem. I personally think that's more of the case. I don't think they're actually offended by the song. This is an actual hymn. It's a great song, in my opinion. And believe it or not, it was actually a poem. His brother put it to music, and it was showcased for the very first time, February 12th, 1900, which is President Abraham Lincoln's birthday. And it was sang in Jacksonville, Florida for the very first time at some form of celebration event that they had down in Florida for President Abraham Lincoln. And everybody knows that President Abraham Lincoln, he was the president, who signed the Emancipation Proclamation, so forth and so on. So I'm not going to get into that. I know you guys know that already. The song initially was not meant to be divisive. It wasn't. And honestly, James Weldon Johnson did not coin this song, the Black National Anthem, when he wrote it. He didn't. Matter of fact, he never coined this song as the Black National Anthem. The NAACP, I don't have the year that they adopted this song as their official song. I don't have the year, but they did. And they coined this song, the Black National Anthem. Now, I'm not going to get into what my thoughts are on the NAACP. At this point, I don't think they are for the advancement, quote unquote, of colored people. I personally think that the name of the group, of the organization, in my opinion, they should have changed. If y'all want to do anything, if all the wokey woke people on the left and all y'all people, y'all want to be up in arms about something, be up in arms about a group that's still calling black folk colored people. Be up in arms about that. I haven't heard anybody say that they want to change that. They want to take down all types of statues and all other kind of stuff. Whatever. That name should be changed. I'm just saying. If you feel a certain kind of way about things, you know, don't y'all think that name should be changed? I'm just saying. But before we get into the video and before I get into the article, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. The best way to get a hold of me is askwisetoday@gmail.com. And before we get into the article, we must have a quick word from our sponsor, Young G's Barbecue Sauce.
There are plenty of things to be grateful for this time of year. Family, friends, good company, and good eats. That's right, we'd like to extend our gratitude for making us a part of this great American holiday. Young G's Barbecue Sauce. Thank you, America. That's right.
Get yourself some Young G's Barbecue Sauce today. Link down in the description box below. This barbecue sauce not only is good, it's good for you. Gluten-free, low in sodium, and absolutely no high fructose corn syrup. Support a service disabled, veteran-owned organization. Get you some Young G's Barbecue Sauce today, man. All right, give me 1 second. Let me slide the article up. This is an article that I found from the New York Post. So getting into this, before, I went into my spiel, I personally think the song as written, or the poem more or less as written, it's a great song. It really is. And I think most people can appreciate the lyrics of this song. I think they can. I think the issue is when they call it the Black National Anthem, that's what makes it a very, very divisive song. It's not the song itself. It's the fact that the NAACP or NAACP coined this as the Black National Anthem, like we don't already have a national anthem. And we know the past, the second and third stanzas of the national anthem, we know what they say. They've gotten rid of those. So when you really look at the national anthem, it's just the first stanza. It's just the first verse that what we consider the national anthem. I'm not going to lie to you, man. When I got through basics, when I joined the military back in 99, and just to even get to that point, man, it was a grind to get to that point. And I remember after finishing what we call, what did we call it back in the day? Battle stations. It's a full night of, just crazy evolutions and events that you're going through. You're up all night, you're running everywhere, you're working your tail off. And once you finish that, that's when you cross over from recruit to sailor. And I remember after going through all that and the things and the craziness that crazy situation that I put myself into prior to me even joining the military. And I remember when that song was played, the national anthem I'm speaking of, it made me so emotional, because really and truly for me, that was the first time that I really felt like I worked and I accomplished something on my own. And I'm standing here amongst people that I did not know from all walks of life, from all different cities and states, all across this country. And here we are. We just went through something that most people can't go through or can't make it through. And we made it through. And now I'm no longer a recruit. I'm a sailor. I am somebody that is here to not only defend, the United States of America and the Constitution, but also to defend my family members, who are at home. And, it's just a great wave of emotion, came over me. And that was the first time that I ever had that feeling. Honestly, that was the very first time I ever had that feeling hearing the national anthem. I say all this to say we only have one anthem, and it is the Star Spangled Banner. I personally don't mind the NFL if they want to add this song to the list of songs that, get sang for their event. The NFL is entertainment. Most people need to realize that first and foremost. The NFL is entertainment. They're trying to capture the attention of a wide group of people. They are. I personally don't have a problem with them singing this song. I wish they would let it just say, hey, this is Lift Every Voice and Sing, and get rid of the term Black National Anthem. I wish they would do that. I don't have a problem with them singing this song. I don't have a problem with them singing, what is it? America, or what is the name of that song? Golly, somebody drop me a comment down below. There's two songs that they sing that are not the national anthem, and then the national anthem gets sang. Maybe it's America the Beautiful or something along those lines. I'm having a brain fart right now, but I don't have a problem with that. This song right here, it's a historical song. It's a song that was written and been around for 100 years. And the meaning of the song is actually a great meaning. So I don't have an issue with them. I personally have an issue with them calling it what they're calling it. And a divisive group such as the NAACP, as they are today, I'm not going to say that they did not do some very positive things in the past, but today, and I would say probably over the past 20, 25 years, 30 years, this group has been a very divisive group. And I don't know how much help they've, been to Black people in this country in comparison to some of the harm that they've caused just by their rhetoric and so forth and so on. Again, I'm not going to get into that. Let's get in this article real quick. And I'm going to put the article on the big screen just so you guys can see it. So from the New York Post, it says here, Democrat fumes at Super Bowl crowd for not standing during Black National Anthem sung by Andra Day or Andra Day. Please forgive me. I'm not 100% sure exactly how you pronounce her name. So Tennessee Democrat Representative Steve Cohen expressed outrage at Super Bowl 58 or at the Super Bowl 58 crowd for not standing during the Black National Anthem. Very, very few stood at Super Bowl for Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Negro National Anthem. Again, the Negro National Anthem? Really? So we got the Black National Anthem, the Negro National Anthem. No one seems to have a problem with this. This is okay. Not a pretty picture of Super Bowl crowd, Cohen groused on X. Sunday marked the second consecutive Super Bowl in which the ballot was performed live on field for the big game. Okay, so this is the second time. I feel like I've heard this song at big events. Maybe it was at like the, what do you call it? The maybe NBA All-Star game, which is another thing that I don't watch. Maybe it was also sung there. But the poem was sung by Andra Day and drew much fanfare from the audience. The Black National Anthem was composed by civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson in the late 19th century as an ode to hope for African-American freedom as well as faith. That's a lot of reason why I don't have a problem with the actual song. This song right here, in my opinion, it's a part of American history. In my opinion, guys may agree, may disagree, and I'm okay with that. That's the beautiful, beautiful part about living in America is that we don't have to agree on everything. I know there were some folks out there, and let me slide myself back in so you guys can see me, and I'll keep going here in a second. But I know there's a lot of folks out there, and I've heard Black people say, "Man, I never heard of this song before, or I never sang this song." I'm not one of those people. I grew up down south. And this was a song that I remember hearing for the first time and had to sing in like choir class when I was in elementary school. And it was also another song. It was a song that was, out there when I was in high school as well. So, But again, I grew up down south. I grew up in a predominantly, black area. So at school, we were, introduced and we were exposed to this song. I was. And I know a host of people that went to high school. I'm not going to tell y'all what high school I went to, but a host of people that did go to high school with me and those that went through, elementary, middle school. This wasn't like these past couple years isn't the first time that they've heard this song. And if they tell you that, they lying, because we got introduced and exposed to this song back in the 90s. I'm just saying that was my experience. I can't speak for everybody else. If you grew up in another state, maybe South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, maybe the schools are a little different up there. But I grew up, down south, Tennessee, Georgia area, Tennessee and Georgia. And this was a song that we were exposed to. Just saying. Getting back to the article here. So Cohen, who is Jewish, represents Tennessee's 9th congressional district, which is 66.8% black. He is the only Democrat in the state's congressional delegation. He's not, I'm not even going to go there. I stand for both. And in Memphis, most do. Cohen replied when one ex criticized sick the use of 2 national anthems. See, that's the thing that's getting people, is the fact that they're calling it a national anthem. If it was just a song of empowerment and the NFL wants to add this song to their repertoire of songs that they're going to sing at their big events, I don't think most people would have an issue with it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. If they decided to say, hey, this song is no longer the black, quote unquote, black national anthem, and this is just a song that is a song that's meant to bring people together, meant to, give people the opportunity to, I guess, feel whatever they want to feel, about the song, and a song meant for empowerment and unity, so forth and so on. I don't think people would have a problem with it, to be honest with you. I don't. I think the big thing, that the sticking point is that they're calling it the Black National Anthem, and we're in a country where we only have one anthem, and people are trying to make it seem like we have two. I'm just saying, that's the divisive. I think that's the sticking point right there. Back to their article. It says, I honor the national anthem and I respect it as representing our country and in our pride in it. However, if you look at the history and some of the verbiage, it does relate to slavery and not in a questioning manner. Again, like I said, stanzas 2, stanzas 3, it definitely goes down that road of slavery. But for the most part, those stanzas, you could say that they've been cut out because they're never sang. They only sing the first stanza or first verse. That's it. The rest of that has been kicked to the curb a very long time ago. So we can't even count stanza 2 and 3 as the anthem, in my opinion. You count stanza 1, and that's it. That's what gets sang. I have never been anywhere where the anthem gets played and they've done more than chorus 1 or the stanza 1. If you've been anywhere where they went through, the entirety of that song as it was originally written by Francis Scott Key, somebody let me know in the comment section if y'all been somewhere and they've actually, someone sat and sang the entirety of it as it was written way back when. I'd be hard pressed to find anybody that could say that they had seen it, that they have heard that. Just saying. Here in the tweet here, he says, well, I honor the national anthem. Oh, I've already read that already. Okay, cool. So prior to last year's Super Bowl, during which the NFL officially played the hymn live on field before kickoff for the first time, the league had played the Black National Anthem at other games. Okay, I knew I had heard it at some other games or other events. I wasn't for sure how long it had been played at the Super Bowl, but 2 years at the Super Bowl. Okay, for years, the NFL had been consumed by controversy over players kneeling during the national anthem, during the Star Spangled Banner. In 2018, the NFL began barring players from kneeling during the national anthem and to remain in the locker rooms if there was an issue. A bevy of black athletes, such as former San Francisco quarterback Colin Kaepernick, kneeled during the national anthem to protest the treatment of Black Americans in the country, triggering backlash. Cohen has stoked controversy with his tweets about race relations in the past, including one nonsensical post in 2013. Told African-American tow driver, my weak father DNA test, not father report. What? Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to read that. He later explained that was a joke and suggested that his black constituents see him as one of them. Okay, now I got to go back and read it. So I'm just going to read it as is. Told African-American tow driver, my weak father DNA test, not father reporter, attractive fallout. Not aware of TN9 says, okay, this is weird. You're black, yo. He posted on Twitter as it was then called. Okay. I don't understand that. But whatever. Okay. I'm having no luck. He drives me. We ditched the car. I come back and I tell him the story. He goes, man, you're black. And I took it was a compliment. Man, this is hard to read. I hear it in Memphis all the time. My constituents don't look at me as a white person. They say, you're one of us. Okay. So basically what he was doing is he is, I guess, mimicking the drawl and the, for lack of better words, improper use of English that we do see or hear used in some southern cities by some people in those cities. Wow. Okay. Okay. This video is going a lot longer than I expected it to go, but I'll say this to say that y'all heard what I had to say earlier on when it comes to this. Again, lift every voice and sing. If you just go through and read the words of the song, there is not a negative word or in this song. This song was meant to uplift and it meant to empower. The sticking point is when people call it, or when the NAACP coined this as the Black National Anthem. And of course, we know that the NAACP has been a pretty divisive organization for some years now, and the divide continues. As far as the NFL goes, the NFL is entertainment, if you guys have not realized that yet. And the NFL is in the business of making money, if you have not realized that yet. For those of y'all that had to pay $5 to get Paramount so you could watch your team play on that Saturday night. If I'm not mistaken, Paramount paid $100 million for it to be able to have that game, and then also stream, the remainder of playoffs or some playoff games. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were streaming the Super Bowl as well, or at least coverage of it. I'm just saying, the NFL is about money, and they're doing everything that they can to appease everyone. I don't necessarily have a problem with a business doing whatever they feel that they need to try to appease everyone. The problem is you can never appease everyone. When you try to, someone is always going to be offended. Those are facts. Those are facts. So to wrap the video up, man, again, I think Lift Every Voice and Sing is a great song. Great poem. It is. The meaning behind it, great. Where the sticking point is calling it the Black National Anthem, and I disagree with them calling this the Black National Anthem. And I would assume, and I'm just assuming, but if James Weldon Johnson was to come back today, he would probably say that he would disagree with them calling this the Black National Anthem as well. That's just my assumption. I don't know. I don't want to speak for that brother, but that's my assumption. He wrote this song not to divide. This song, in my opinion, was meant to unify. It really was. And now we've taken something that is beautiful, and we've taken a poem and a song that was beautiful and it was meant for good, and now it's being used to divide, and it's being used to harm. And that's what's really sad. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of content, man. Please smash that like for me, that like button for me, man. Share this type of content. We need to have these types of dialogues. Even if you disagree, I'm okay with it. If you disagree with my opinion, that's the beautiful thing about being in America. We can say what we want to say. We can agree to disagree. You can feel how you feel. I still love each and every one of you guys, even if you don't agree with me. I don't expect you guys to agree with everything that I have to say when I put these videos out. I just don't. And that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about America. I appreciate all the love and support. America first. Keep God first in your life. Please do. I'm going to catch up with y'all later. Peace.